So hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm in coaching center. So going to explain you that is the 11th standard business studies chapter 8 sources of business finance. So let us see the MCQs. So equity shareholder are called as the owners of the company, and the term redeemable is used for preference shares, and funds required for purchasing current assets is an example of working capital requirement, and ADRs are issued by the USA, and public deposits are deposits that are raised directly from the public, and under the lease agreement the lease gets the right to share profits earned by the leaser. They get the right to use the assets for specific period, and debenture represents loan capital of the company, and under the factoring arrangement the factor collects the client's debit or account receivables, and the maturity period of a commercial paper usually ranges from 90 to 364 days, and in internal source of capital or those that are generated within the business. So let us know about the business finance and why do business need fund. So the requirement of funds by business to carry out its various activities is called as the business finance, and the business needs funds for fixed capital requirement. In order to start the business, funds are required to purchase fixed assets like land and building and for other things, and working capital requirements. So funds required funds for facing the day-to-day operations such as purchase of raw material and payment of wages and to workers. And let us know list the sources of raising long-term and short-term finance. So the sources of raising of long-term and finance are the equity shares, retained earnings, and preference shares, debentures, loans from financial institutions and loans from banks. And sources of short-term finance are trade credit, factoring, banks, and commercial paper. So let us next know about the difference between the internal and external source of raising fund. So internal and external source of raising fund. So internal source of funds are those that are generated within the business, and external sources of funds includes those source that lies outside the organization such as suppliers, creditors, investors, banks, and etc. And internal source accelerating collection of receivables, disposing of surplus inventories, and logging back of profit and are examples of these funds. And external sources are the issues of debentures, borrowing from commercial banks and financial institutions, and accepting the public deposits. And internal sources of funds can be fulfilled limited needs of the business, and external source large amount of money can be raised through external source. So let us know about the preferential rights are enjoyed by preference shareholders. So they receive a fixed rate of dividend out of net profits of the company. Before any dividend is declared for equity shareholders, they receive their capital after a claim of the company's creditors have been settled at the time of liquidation. And let us know about the three special financial institutions, and let us know about their objectives. So Industrial Financial Corporation of India, that we can say as IFCI, its objective is to include assistance towards balanced regional development and encouraging new entrepreneurs to enter into a priority sector of the economy. And UTI, that is a Unit Trust of India. The basic objective of UTI to mobilize the community savings and channelize them into productive venture. And next is the ICICI, that is Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. It assists the creation and expansion and modernization of industrial enterprise excluding in the private sector. Next, let us know about the difference between GDR and ADR. So GDR, that is Global Depository Receipts, or the depository receipts denominated in US dollars issued by depository bank to which the local currency shares of the company are delivered. And ADR, that is the American Depository Receipts, or depository receipts issued by the company of in the USA. ADR, so ADR are bought and sold in American market like regular stocks, and ADR is similar to GDR except that it can be issued only to American citizens and can be listed and traded on the stock exchange of USA only. Let us know, see the long answer or more. Let us see to go 6 mark question. So let us see. So let us know about the trade credit and bank credit as sources of short-term finance of business expenditure. So trade credit is the credit extended by one trader to another for purchase of goods and services, and trade credit facilitates the purchase of supply without immediate payment. And merits of trade credits are the trade credit helps a company to finance the accumulation of inventories for meeting future increase in sales. And as the trade creditors do not have any rights over the assets of the company, it can mortgage its assets to raise money from other sources. And demerits of the trade credits are easy availability of trade credit can be result in over trading, which in the turn increase the future liability of the buyers. And the amount of funds that can be generated through trade credit is limited to the financial capacity of the suppliers of the creditor. And bank credit. So now we learn trade credit. Next, let's know about the bank credit. So banks all over the world extend foreign currency loans for business purpose, and they are important source of financial non-trade international operations. And the merits of the bank credit are banks maintain secrecy over information related to their customers, and bank credit provides flexibility to the borrowers as the borrower can increase or decrease the amount of loan according to the business needs. And demerits of bank credits as a source of short-term finances, it is difficult to increase the loan, and the term imposed by bank are often very restrictive. As example, the bank that has granted a loan may restrict to the sale of goods mortgaged to it by the borrower. Next, let us discuss the source from which a large industrial enterprise can raise capital from financing, modernization and expansion. So, many financial institutions have been created both in the both central and state government. So, let us know about the IFCI, that is Industrial Financial Corporation of India. So it was established in 1948 as a statutory corporation under the Industrial Financial Corporation Act that was made in 1948. And its objective is to include assistance towards balanced regional development and encourage new entrepreneurs to enter into priority sectors of the economy. And next is State Finance Corporation, SFC. The State Financial Corporations Act 1951 empowered the state government to establish state financial corporations in their respective regions for providing medium and short-term finance to industries which are outside the scope of the IFCI. And ICICI, that is Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, this was established in 1955, a public limited company under the Companies Act. ICICI assists the creation, expansion and modernization of industrial enterprises. And next is the IDBI, that is Industrial Development Bank of India. It was established in 1964 under the Industrial Development Bank of India Act of 1964 with an objective to coordinate the activities of other financial institutions including commercial banks. The bank performs three types of function. They are namely the assistance to the other financial institution, direct assistance to industrial concern and other works. Next, SIDC, that is State Industrial Development Corporation. So many state governments have set up State Industrial Development Corporation for the purpose of promotional industrial development in their respectively state. And UTA, that is United Trust of India, it was established by the Government of India in 1964 under the United Trust of India Act 1963. These basic objectives of UTA is to mobilize the community savings and channelize them into productive venture. Next, Industrial Investment Bank of India Limited. It was set up as a primary agency for rehabilitation of sick units and was known as Industrial Reconstruction Corporation of India, and it was reconstructed and renamed as IRBI, that is Industrial Reconstruction Bank of India, in 1985, and again in 1997 its name was changed to Industrial Investment Bank of India. Next, LIC, the Life Insurance Company of India, was set up in 1956 under LIC Act and 1956. After nationalizing 245 existing insurance companies, it mobilized the community savings in the form of insurance premium and make it available to industrial concern. Next, let us know about the advantage. What are the advantages issues the debentures provide over the issues of quality equity share. So debentures are long-term debits by which a company can raise funds with pair of fixed rate of interest, and the advantages of issuing this debenture over the issue of equity shares or the issue of equity shares means dilution of ownership of a firm, which while debentures holders do not have any rights in the company, they do not enjoy voting rights or any kind of ownership in the firm. And for issuing shares, a company has it to incur huge costs. Also, it has to pay dividends to its shareholders, which are not tax deductible, while a company receives tax deduction on the interest paid to its debenture holders. Therefore, issuing debentures is advantageous for a firm in term of low costs, and debentures carry a fixed rate of return, while means that irrespective of the profit earned, the company has to pay only a fixed interest to its debenture holder, while a company that issues share has to pay debentures to the shareholder. Next, let us know state the merits and demerits of the public deposit, and let us know about its earning methods. So, public deposits. So, the deposits that are raised by organization directly from the public are known as the public deposits, and the public deposit merits are the procedure of obtaining deposit is simple and does not contain restrictive conditions or any conditions, and cost of any restrictive conditions it does not have. And cost of public deposits is generally lower than the cost of borrowing from bank and financial institution, and public deposits do not usually create any charge on the assets of the company, as the asset can be used as security for raising loans from other sources. And as the depositors do not have voting rights, the control of the company is not diluted. Next, demerits are new companies generally find it difficult to raise funds through public deposits, and it is an unreliable source of finance, as the public may not respond while the company needs money, and collection of public deposits may prove difficult, particularly when the size of the deposits required is very much huge. And retained earning. So business enterprise keep a portion of the net earning may be retained in the business for use in the future. And merits of retained earning or retained earning is a permanent source of funds available to an organization, and it does not involve any explicit cost in the formation of interest, dividend or flotation cost. And as the funds are generated internally, there is great degree of operational freedom and flexibility. And demerits of the retained earning are, so exclusive logging back may cause dissatisfaction amongst the shareholders, as they would get lower dividends, and also it is an uncertain source of fund, as the profit of business are fluctuating. So let us know about the financial instruments used in the international financing. So GDR, that is the globally depositor receipts. These are the receipts issued by the depositor bank against the share of the company, and such depositors receipts denominated in US dollars are known as the GDR, that is global depositor receipts only. Next, American depositor receipts. So the depositor receipts issued by the company in the USA are known as the American depositor receipts, and ADRs are bought and sold in American markets like regular stocks, and foreign currency convertible bonds (FCCBs). So these bonds are debt securities that are convertible into equity shares of depositors' receipts after a specific period of time. Next, let us know about what is commercial paper and what are the advantages and limitations. So, commercial paper is a unsecured promissory note issued by a firm to raise funds for a short period from 93 months to 1 year. Or it is issued by one firm to other business firms, insurance companies, pension funds, and banks. And Reserve Bank of India (RBI). Advantage of commercial paper: or a commercial paper is sold on a unsecured basis and does not contain any restrictive conditions, and as it is freely transferable instrument, it has high liquidity and it provides more funds compared to other sources. And let us know about the limitations of the commercial paper. Are only financial sound and highly rated firms can raise money through commercial paper, and the size of money that can be raised through commercial paper is limited to excess liquidity availability available with the suppliers of funds at a particular time. And commercial paper is an impersonal method of financing. As such, if a firm is not in a position to redeem its paper due to financial difficulty of extending the maturity of a CP is not possible. So this was your chapter, the the source of business finance. So okay friends, like, comment on my video and subscribe my channel and coaching center for more